All right, there, Latin 3. We now have the final form, okay? Now, you remember in that Venn diagram I showed you a few videos ago, sorry, Latin 3? Latin 1. You remember that Venn diagram that I showed you a few videos ago, though? We did transitive verbs. That was the blue bubble. Then we did intransitive verbs. That's the red bubble. And then there was a little bubble inside that, the yolk of the egg, if you will. That was linking verbs. Linking verbs are intransitive verbs, but not all intransitive verbs are linking verbs. Remember, so a linking verb has to be a form of to be. Okay, so where did I put the linking verbs? There they are. Linking verbs are always a form of to be. Okay, and linking verbs link the subject to its complement. So the subject is the star of the sentence. The subject is who the sentence is all about. It's the subject. It's the person doing the verb. The complement completes the idea of the subject. All right? So if you see a form of to be, that's est or sunt, you know that it's a linking verb. First thing you do is you go and you find the subject. Then you go and find the complement because you know it has to have one. Okay? So, for instance, Cornelia puella romana est. Look at your verb first, est. You know that that's singular, so now look for your subject. The subject is Cornelia. Now, what is Cornelia? Cornelia, because est, that means it's a linking verb, so label it as a linking verb. You've labeled your subject. The thing that's missing is the complement. So, what is Cornelia? She is a puella romana. That completes the idea of Cornelia. Cornelia is a Roman girl. So if I just said Cornelia is, that's a really weird question, or a really weird sentence. So Cornelia is a Roman girl. So the complement is the Roman girl. That helps explain it. It doesn't have to be an adjective. It can be a noun. It just has to be a complement. It has to complete the idea. Laeta est Flavia. So again, est, linking verb. You know because it's sunt or est. It's a form of to be. So now we know that's a linking verb. We label it. We go find its subject. The subject is going to be singular because est, right? And so there you go. Flavia is the subject. And now we need to complete the idea of Flavia. Flavia is what? Flavia is happy. So that completes it. And then the last one. Sextus est puer molestus. I think I accidentally put the board on it, so it looks a little weird. So again, look for your linking verb. Est, right? So that's a linking verb because it's est or sunt. So you label that. Now we go and we find our subject, which must also be singular. Which, by the way, have you noticed that singular subjects take singular complements? Just like if we said pueri molesti sunt, the boys are pesky. Same thing. So Sextus is your subject. He's singular. Now find the thing that completes the idea of Sextus. So he is an annoying boy, a puer molestus, a pesky boy. And that is your complement. So that's how linking verbs work, okay? Now that you've done that, I want you to do two things. I want you to first go back through your story in chapter 4. I want you to label every single verb that you find. Label it transitive, label it intransitive, label it linking. Once you label it, you then find its subject and label every subject there is. And if you had a transitive verb, you need to label its direct object. And if you had a linking verb, you need to label the subject's complement. If you had an intransitive verb, congratulations, you just got those two things to do. Okay? So I want you to go through and label all of those. Then, so we're still not translating, then I want you to go to exercise 4C. And I want you to label every single verb. I want you to label every single subject. I want you to label every single complement and every single direct object. So Sextus Davum saepe vexat, Sextum Davus non amat. You're going to label those. So Sextus Davum saepe vexat. Vexat, transitive. You can annoy a nun. That's transitive, which means that I also know vexat has a subject. The subject is singular, so that's got to be sextus. And I know that vexat takes a direct object, so it's got to be davum. So I'm going to write it down. I'm going to label them. And then sextum davus non amat. Amat is singular, so my subject must also be singular. This time my subject is Davus. Davus is a subject, which means sextum is a direct object. And on you go. Okay, so you need to label all of those, and then you translate it. Sextus often annoys Davus. Davus does not like Sextus. Done. Okay, so do 1 through 6 on that. Okay, also, now that we're done, read page 20, because that will help give you the idea more. You'll have it written down. You've got this video. So you're going to label chapter 4, all of it. You're going to do 4C, and you're going to read page 20. When you are done with that, well, actually, I will translate for you. So just take care of those things, and then we'll come back for the final video and the final assignments. All right? All right, I'm going to hit the button. The button's a direct object, by the way.